Welcome back, Behind the Green and Gold. This is our 5th episode, and the momentum is growing. We want to thank you right off the bat for all, man, the response has been great, the feedback has been great, the viewership has been great. It makes us all feel really good to know that you're getting to hear these stories from these athletes, and so we want to thank Leanne's Fine Jewelry. 5th episode, it's going great, and today I'm super excited to have a kid from the Boston, Massachusetts area, and I don't think there could be more of a Boston name than Vaughn O'Leary. I mean, that's just if you wrote a character in a movie from Boston, his name would be Vaughn O'Leary. And I'm not even going to attempt to say it the way they would say it, Vaughn.
Yeah, that's more New York, honestly.
Okay, okay, all right.
You're from down south.
Forget about it. Okay. Vaughn O'Leary is here, 6'4", left-handed pitcher for our Wonder Boys. Got a game today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, big one.
Yeah, so let's just get right into this. You're from the Boston area, so you're about 30 miles from Boston, is that right?
Yeah, 30 miles north.
From a city called Essex, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So the population of Essex is about 3,500 people?
Yeah, it's a small town.
So you have there in Essex, your high school is combined with another city.
Yeah, with the town right next door.
Which is called Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, and they changed it because Manchester, New Hampshire, and Manchester, Mass. They always got confused.
So that makes sense. No, not that Manchester, the Manchester by the Sea.
By the Sea, yeah.
So your high school there was Manchester Essex Regional High School.
That's correct.
So about 675 students?
Yeah, small school.
That's really cool.
Probably like 100 kids in the graduating class.
Live your whole life in that area?
Whole life. Grew up in Essex, yep.
So Boston sports fan?
Big time.
All right.
Yeah. Got to stay loyal, too.
We got to get into that. Because I'm probably even a little older than your parents, but I want to ask you just before we get into all this other stuff, we got to get into the real meat of this. Top Boston athletes of all time.
I was a big David Ortiz fan growing up.
He's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm a little older.
Yeah, and currently, I love the Celtics, so Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, can't go wrong watching them play.
That's right. So who would you think that your dad would say? I mean, does he go back like Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Bobby Orr?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a little older than you, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. He kind of watched the same games that I would watch, so he's a big David Ortiz fan. I'm sure there's names that I don't even know that he supported.
You can't not love him. What about Tom Brady?
Oh, of course.
Are you kidding me? Everybody loves Tom Brady.
Everyone loves Tom Brady.
So you're a Patriots fan.
Big time.
We'll forgive you for that. I mean, I do have to admit, Tom Brady's probably the greatest of all time. I mean, you can't win 6 Super Bowls at New England and then go your second year at Tampa Bay and win another Super Bowl.
I was spoiled growing up in middle school and high school watching that.
You are not from Arkansas if you don't know that culture. Manchester Essex Regional High School, green and white.
That is correct.
So you're accustomed to green.
The Hornets. I guess. The Hornets.
The Hornets. Yeah. State champs twice.
That is correct, yeah.
You were a state champion as a freshman, and then you were a state champion as a senior. I mean, that's pretty good bookends on that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I did have a conversation with one Mr. BJ James Weed.
You talked to him?
I did talk to him.
Oh, man.
And he was telling me, I said, just tell me a little bit about Vaughn. He said, well, I'll tell you. I either wanted to hug him or punch him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he said there was one game where we were playing a doubleheader, and you were playing the first game, and you absolutely booted it at first. And he said, honestly, I cannot say the words that he told me on this podcast, but he really got into you.
I'm sure, yeah.
And he said the next game you were pitching and pitched the best game of your career. And this was in like a city league or something.
Yeah.
Because you played on his other teams too.
Like travel ball.
Yeah. He said, so sometimes you had to flip that switch in Vaughn to get him to like get into it.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of athletes that work that way, that, sometimes you just have to get them to that place where they lock in.
Yeah, I'm super fortunate. I still text him to this day every now and then, keep in touch. And
he was so nice.
Yeah, he was such a good coach and mentor for being a freshman in high school, all the way to my senior year. Those 3-4 years, because COVID was kind of in there. But he's been an unbelievable person in my life.
He said, and I quote, probably my favorite player I've ever coached.
Really? Yeah.
So, I mean, that says a lot.
My brother probably won't like to hear that.
Yeah.
But who cares? Right?
Older brother or younger brother?
Yeah, older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Younger brothers are the better. Way better.
Usually.
Anyway. So, it's not everybody that gets a headline in the Boston Herald that says, O'Leary leads Manchester Essex to Division IV state baseball title. That's pretty impressive.
It was.
Let me just
cool.
read a little bit of this for you, okay? From June 18th, 2022. The tall, hard-throwing lefty shook off 7 consecutive balls to start the game. Let's just start there. You're in the state championship.
Yeah.
And you get the nod to throw for the state championship. Mm-hmm. And you come out there and you think you're locked in. 7 straight balls.
It was, yeah. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Were you looking over to the dugout like, oh, here he comes?
I think it was just like the pressure in the moment. I think I was just letting it get to me too much.
Shook off 7 consecutive balls to start the game and was all but untouchable the rest of the way. O'Leary struck out the next 3 batters on the way to 12 strikeouts, allowing just 2 hits as Manchester Essex down Seekonk 2-0 to claim the Division IV crown. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just had a feeling I didn't want to be the reason we lost that game. And
what a great line.
Yeah, and to be the pitcher, I mean, all the pressure's on you.
That's right.
And
the hero or the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that works.
For all my friends and teammates that I grew up with my whole life, from T-ball to Little League, I mean, it was probably one of the coolest baseball moments I've had in my life.
I can imagine. Yeah. Here's a quote from Coach Whitt. He said, he wanted the ball today, and obviously he was going to get the ball. He doesn't let up. And he said, I'm going to cry, man. I'm speechless.
Yeah, that was a pretty surreal year. I mean, I think we went into the playoffs about like a 13-9 record, and it was like we lost a lot of games. But we just kind of figured it out. I mean, he was a great coach that gave a lot of kids a lot more confidence than they even knew they had, and they were able to perform because of that.
You win it. You barely snuck into the playoffs at 13-9-1.
Yeah,
and you ended the season as state champions as 17-9-1. So you won those 4 games that you had to win.
Yeah, single limb. It's like,
and that's the crazy thing about baseball too, is when you get hot at the right time, and I love it.
That's exactly what we did.
You went from graduated high school at Manchester Essex Regional High, I'm sure top in your class, 674 students, 2 state championships, wore number 10. Is there any significance on that?
Honestly, no. My brother wore number 10. I was like, I'm just going to keep the O'Leary tradition going.
They didn't have to change the name on the back of the jersey. They just kept
names. It was just here, kids 1 through 22. Pick whatever one fits.
And so then, talk about your recruitment in high school. How did that go?
I honestly really despised the recruitment process. I think I was in a moment in my life where I was like, yeah, I'm decent at baseball. But now looking back, I'm like, I don't think I loved it to where I love it where I'm at now. So like the recruitment process and just, it honestly felt like a job. And I was just like, if there's someone that comes out and talks to me, then I'm going to look at that and like, okay, this person wants me. So I'm just going to take that offer. Like, so
you were not engaged in that at all. You were just all about the baseball. And that's the thing too, is, at that point you have to become about so much more than just the sport. And there's all these different people coming at you, and there's all these, family, friends, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? And sometimes you'd say, I just want to throw the baseball.
Yeah, it was honestly just getting frustrating. It was kind of like everyone would just come up and talk to me about baseball. And that's great at some points, but at some points it's like I'm a human.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, at that point in my life, I just didn't really know what I wanted.
I'm not just a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but you did decide to stay in Massachusetts and go to Springfield, Mass.
Yeah.
How far away from home was that?
It's 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
There's 2,200 students at American International College, and I'm not going to lie to you, I never had heard of that until I looked you up and did some research.
Yeah.
American International College in Springfield, Mass, 2,200 students. So you were green and white in high school, and you go to black and gold in college.
Yep.
And you didn't wear number 10 anymore. You switched to number 33,
That
right?
is correct, yeah.
Any significance to that?
No. I mean, thinking back, I'm like, I guess Larry Bird. I think
okay,
he was 33,
let's just go with that. That's right.
Let's just stick with
we'll
that.
go with Larry
Wrong
Bird.
sport, but
that's all right.
Yeah.
So how did that go for you? You Was that your like number one choice? You just said, "Hey, they offered, I'm going."
Yeah, like they reached out and they offered, and I was like, they want me, so I appreciate that in them. So I took that offer and I went there for 3 years, like you said,
Yeah.
and it was great. Like it gave me an opportunity. They weren't necessarily too competitive and not great record, so I had great opportunity my freshman, sophomore, and even junior year to get a lot of experience, and you learn a lot when you fail. And I honestly failed a lot my freshman year, and it was my biggest, like, I don't know, sports moment, like, because after that year finished, it was summer, and it's like summer's important, and I either was going to work hard or I wasn't really going to do much at all. And I realized it was like, you got to work to be good. So I just spent the whole summer just grinding up at this facility back home, and I saw the results kind of switch. I was like, man, I love this. So that's kind of when my love for the game changed. I was like,
that's crazy that after all these years playing that
I know.
But you made a statement, you learn a lot when you fail.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty deep statement. Would you say that in your life you learn more when you fail or when you succeed?
Fail 100%. As much as you want to succeed, but like failing leads you to those moments where you can succeed and can remember.
Yeah.
So
that's so good. So you're in Springfield, Mass, American International College. You've been 3 years there. Probably in your mind you think, I'm just going to finish up here. This is what I'm going to do.
Sort of.
But then how in the world, and I've asked every one of you guys these questions, how does Russellville, Arkansas get on your map? What did you heard about Arkansas before you moved here?
That it's one of the 50 states.
That's
I had no idea what to, like, when I was just thinking woods and not many people.
Yeah.
And honestly, it sounded great to me.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your coach even said, I was telling him, I was wondering if it was a culture shock for you, Coach Whitt, and he's like, no, he's a country boy in the city. He's going to fit in perfect there.
No, it was definitely like Springfield's a city, not the nicest city, but when I left, I mean, I kind of had a feeling that I was going to leave after my junior year just because I wanted to push myself. I also wanted to take the opportunity. I have 2 years left. I just wanted to see what's out in the world when I can before I have like a job and I got to worry about all this other life stuff. You know?
Absolutely. That's so smart. So how did Arkansas Tech end up on your map?
Well, I did some research. I was kind of like, I'm honestly probably not going to go Division I, and I don't really want to sit on the bench all year. So I just looked at a bunch of Division II teams that made it pretty far in the postseason, sent a bunch of emails out, and then, I don't know, middle of June, I probably got a phone call from Coach Dawson, and we just started talking for about an hour. I was like, this is a pretty cool guy, I think. Like on and off the field. I mean, I didn't know much about him as a coach. I just knew about him as a person. Obviously, he's won a lot of seasons. So it's like, that's a pretty good thing as a player looking to go win.
And, you get to see somewhere you've never been before. So you go from, Manchester Essex Regional High School to American International College. Now you're at Arkansas Tech. There's a pattern here. Green and white, black and gold, now green and gold. You just combined all of those. And you now are number 45.
Yeah.
Is there please make up some silly something about that.
Me personally, no. But my dad, after I selected, my dad texted me. He's like, "Hey, Pedro Martinez, 145."
There you go.
But I'm like, I'm not Dominican, and I'm not righty. But hey,
you're a pitcher from Boston area.
Exactly,
that'll work. So, what got you going all the way back? What got you into the sport to begin with?
I don't know. I just remember my brother, me, and my dad. We'd always just be out in the yard playing together and wiffle ball and all that. And I just kind of, I guess, fell in love with it slowly and like t-ball, little league, everything I did. And I was playing like basketball in between there just to be a high school kid and play sports. But but I'm not too agile, as one would say.
Well, you're built kind of like a hockey player too. Is that ever?
I can no. Me on ice don't look good.
So, what was your favorite baseball memory growing up?
I would have to say that senior year, winning it with a bunch of my closest friends as like buddy and seniors together.
And you played with those guys a long time?
Yeah, I mean, for as long as I can remember. Like we have pictures of us from like 8-year-old all-star games to the state championship game.
I don't think it could get
And
better
it's something
than that.
you can text. Like I text BJ about that all the time. Just like, hey, remember?
You stay in touch with some of those guys?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, some of the best friends of my life.
That's just the greatest.
It is.
That's the greatest. What was your first impression? Because I'm sure you didn't come here to visit. You just like
I did. Actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
actually.
I did.
Okay.
I feel like I had to. My mom kind of pushed that into me.
Sure.
She's like, "You're going to Arkansas." Like, I don't know, but came down here in like the middle of June.
Oh.
So
It's a little warm.
Yeah, it was definitely different from Massachusetts, but like came here, I think I was here for like 2 days maybe or something like that, and got to see like a little bit of Little Rock, and then obviously the campus. And
what was your first impression?
To me, because I came from such a small school, I was like, okay, this kind of actually looks like a college.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is kind of what I wanted.
And that's that's been the theme too. Is everybody said just and we should feel lucky. What a beautiful campus we have.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, and all the buildings look like. I mean, not all, but they're building and they're doing construction, so that's a sign of a good school.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, it is that they're taking care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what has been your biggest as an athlete? What has been your biggest challenge?
I honestly think just still believing in yourself. You know, there's moments in baseball where it can just take a lot, and like mentally, and like just having that ability to like flush it and show up the next day, still stick to your routine, and trust yourself that you're going to do good the next time.
And I think baseball is more like that. It's such a cerebral sport that if you get in your head, I mean, you got to, like you said, just flush it, move on, clear it out, and go to the next thing.
Yeah, I've been in my head before. And like I said, that's why those years, the freshman, sophomore year at my old school were so crucial, because I just learned a lot to put me in the spot where I'm at today.
Well, even the article said when you won it as a freshman, there was a good group of seniors on that team that you were able to watch and learn from, and that was probably really beneficial to.
Yeah, I mean I honestly probably learned that my freshman year, and like just to look up to the older guys, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask the questions that they might mean something to you, but no one else kind of cares about. Right. But at the end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. Yeah, you kind of have to put that selfish.
So balancing school, life, and baseball. What's your key to that? What helps you do that?
I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things where I want to do good in the classroom, do good on the field, and I don't ever want to like fall behind, because that just shows kind of poor work ethic. So, I mean, baseball takes up a lot of my days, but I wouldn't want it any other way. And then there's schoolwork. Yeah. School. I mean, I'm not a fan of any academic stuff, but at the end of the day, like, if you want to get a good job when you're older, to show that you were able to balance athletics and then also have respectable grades, I would hope that shows a good work ethic in someone. So that's what I'm hoping for.
What do you want to do in the future? What do you hope to do?
I'm studying criminal justice now, so after next year when I'm done playing, hoping to get into some federal agency when I'm done.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Push baseball aside. It's been that's going to be probably next year's probably going to be the hardest year.
Probably been doing it since you were 4 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's been very
my arm might fall off my body pretty soon.
Can you imagine? I wonder or guess if there's any way we could guess how many pitches you've thrown.
I don't even want to know.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
we wouldn't. It's just unreal.
Yeah.
So, what are some lessons you've learned? And you talked about Coach Weed, and I know you've been here a short time with Coach Dawson. What are some lessons you've learned from your coaches or teammates?
I feel like baseball is such a sport where you get so many like life lessons when you look back at it, and like I'm very like reflective kind of person. So like Coach Weed has really installed like a work ethic, and like I don't even know the right words to kind of describe him, but like looking back on like all the life memories and life lessons that I learned in my time in high school, it's kind of put me in a spot today.
Sets that foundation, you know. And I think we always, ideally, that guy is our dad, and we'd love to have that as our dad, and we have that as our dad. But there always seems to need to be another guy too.
Yeah,
outside
it's like a
of that
second
family
like father figure that you can trust.
That's right.
Really, anything in your life, and but high school is so different than college too.
Yeah,
because everyone's good at college. So that's a whole nother dynamic. And it's like you don't need as much coaching, but you need someone that will lay the line down and keep you in line. I think Coach Dawson does a great job.
Was that kind of a rude awakening when you got to college? You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
These guys are all good.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wow, I really need to work or I won't see the field.
Yeah. So any hobbies? What do you do outside your sport?
I just like any outdoor activity, whether it's hiking, fishing, golfing. I'm the worst golf player, but I'll do it. It's a fun time, you know?
I would beg to differ that you're the worst golf
player. No. You can ask anyone on the team that's been golfing with me. They know that's true.
Well, so you've gotten to enjoy, the fishing, the hiking around here. It's really good.
It is beautiful. It's beautiful. And like I said, Massachusetts is just so populated. So like being able to get outside and not be around anyone.
That's right.
It's just a breath
Sometimes
of fresh
it's
air.
good for your sanity.
It is. It really is.
So what's your best teammate story or funniest teammate story?
Probably wouldn't be able to say it here, but best teammate story. There's so much. Like, I don't know. We just have such a fun time together, and I think that's what matters the most. I mean, there's so many memories looking back, even at my old school to now.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of memories I've created since, I don't even know when, August.
Yeah.
With all these guys, it's just crazy. And like being new and not knowing anyone to now is like a bunch of family, honestly.
And they've really everybody. You know, when I was talking to people about this podcast, I bet 90% of them said, "Oh, Vaughn, you need to get Vaughn." So they
Probably because they know Vaughn doesn't stop talking. Or
that's
something like that.
right. That's what we need. So let me give you some quick fire questions. Favorite class?
Recess isn't a thing anymore,
No.
but I like anything with criminal justice because I'm
cool.
passionate about it. So if I'm passionate about something,
That's right.
I'll probably put my mind
I
to
like it. Is there a pregame song?
This is weird, but honestly, I just like listening to whatever is like whatever the stadium's playing.
Oh yeah,
and just kind of taking in the moment and like
that's
realizing
good.
where I'm at.
That's good.
There's not like one specific song
No.
that I need to get like hyped up.
That's
to.
good.
That's what they have energy drinks for.
Yeah, that's right. Dream NIL deal. That may lead into this question.
Yeah, I was about to say probably like any energy drink because I need to save some money and stop spending it on
That's
them.
right.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Rain usually. but
Yeah. Rain,
I'll
orange,
drink
dreamsicle. I like
any
that.
of them.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Funniest teammate?
There's a bunch of them, and they're probably gonna get a little butthurt after this one. But I'll give him his credit. I'll go Daniel Hutchinson.
We'll have to talk to Daniel about that.
Yeah,
So what's one word to describe this team?
dedicated to all the sorts of things like work ethic, like being good people, and like that was the biggest thing to me. Is coming in, you're just nervous. Like you got
Yeah.
to meet all these people, 40-something guys, and like they just took like kind of took me under their wing, and it made me feel like I was at home. I mean, being so far away from home, it's like, well, I better like this place, or
And that's stuff beyond the sport. You know, that's stuff that you worry about performing when you get here,
mhm.
but you also worry about, am I going to gel with the guys? Am I going to fit in? And it takes the load off of you a little bit and the stress
100%.
off you so you can concentrate on throwing the baseball.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah.
So what's a game changer moment for you in life?
Game change moment. I don't want to keep reflecting back to my senior year.
But no, if
But,
it
I mean,
is, yeah.
My senior year, because there was just a lot of doubt kind of like midway through the season. And it's like, are we good enough? But then I don't know what
You're
happened.
4 games over 500.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
like
so
it's okay. But like in high school, it's like you probably should have like 4 or 5 losses. Then
Right.
you're really good.
Yeah.
But there was just something about us 5 seniors that like clicked, and all the other kids that were on the team that played that weren't seniors, everyone had a role, and like the bench even had a role, because that's such a crucial thing in baseball. You
Yeah.
can't have any negative talk anywhere.
Oh,
Like,
that's right.
People always think they should be playing, but like if you can push all that aside and just support the person ahead of you, but still want to work and get better than them, that's
Right.
completely fine. But be a good person in front
I
of
love
them, you know?
So coach said what? This may be one you can't say on the air either.
I'll keep it to one I can say for now. Yeah. Lunch bowls. He knows what I'm talking about.
Love it.
Not fun.
So we talked about pregame playlists. You like whatever's on the, you know, it gets you in the moment. Like you hear
Yeah.
those stadium speakers. I love that.
100%. Yeah.
What has been your off-season focus? And you talked about getting ready and grind. And I mean, when you're a pitcher, it's totally different than any other position.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, I just try to work out, throw a bunch. I mean, I was going to play summer ball my sophomore year, ended up getting hurt, so I didn't play. I've yet to play summer ball, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to. Like, I'm just old. I don't know if I need all that experience. I'd rather give my arm a break, work out, continue to throw at the facility, and just try to throw more strikes, I guess.
So what's next for you
Like,
in terms of baseball?
in terms of baseball after this year?
Yeah.
Well, I'll still be back here next year, but I've come to terms with myself that I'm probably not going to make professional. I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely content with where I'm at, and
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to be here. What's next for me? I'm just trying to enjoy each moment, because I talked to a bunch of my friends
Great.
are seniors on the team,
Great
and,
answer, yeah.
and they just have like, I'm like, dang, that's their last year, like, and that's next year for me. So that's going to be scary in a way, but fun in a way, but
Yeah.
like a lot of emotions,
That's
I
awesome.
guess.
That's awesome. So what is your green and gold gratitude? What are you thankful for here at Arkansas Tech?
I'm just thankful for the opportunity to play at a college that just really cares about their student athletes, and they show that day in and day out. And I'm blessed to have a great coach, great coaching staff, and a bunch of great players around me.
That's awesome. You've done great. Now, we end every one of these podcasts with what we call the Final 10. We want to go ahead and thank Leanne's Fine Jewelry for being our sponsor for this podcast, Behind the Green and Gold. Final 10. You ready?
I think.
What is one word that best describes you as an athlete?
Determined.
I like it. What motivates you to work hard when no one is watching?
I'd say myself and my family. I want to prove myself I can do it, and also prove my family like that I'm capable of this.
Right. What part of your sport do you love the most?
I feel like winning's too bland, but I just, whatever I can do to make the team win, if that's cheering from the bench or pitching well. And
I love it. What is the hardest part of being an athlete that people don't see?
your mental, like, just kind of, I don't want to say disbelief, but you're just not believing in yourself.
Sure.
It's hard. There's a lot of pressures outside this.
Yeah. What sound or moment during a game makes you feel most alive?
Honestly, the home run buzzer we got at the Baz, that one, that gets me going, especially if I'm pitching, I'm not really emotional, but like on the dugout, if there's a home run and we hit it, I'm gonna be yelling.
I love the fact that on our live stream we have a dugout camera, and we can see.
Yeah, that's a risky spot for that camera. That's a lot of questionable
but
stuff.
the first thing they asked when Daniel was putting that camera up was, "Does this thing have sound?" That's the first.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing to get reported back, because you don't want to put a microphone in the dugout.
What sound or moment do you least enjoy?
The crack of a bat when I'm pitching. That's never a good thing, unless it goes to someone.
That's right. Who has had the biggest impact on you as an athlete?
I would have to say Coach Weed.
I would love to meet this guy.
You would like him a lot. He's kind of
like
built like you. He's kind of a little jacked, you know? Yeah.
God,
good guy.
Thanks, Vaughn.
You're welcome. I had to do it.
Yeah. What is the lesson in sports has taught you that applies to life?
Just work hard. Trust yourself, no matter who's ahead of you. Just work hard, stick with it, and believe in yourself that you can do it.
Just can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, just work hard and believe in yourself. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't playing your current sport, what activity, career, or sport would you want to do?
I don't know. I have a huge passion for criminal justice, but that's not really like activity or sport. But like, I don't know. I don't think I could see myself playing another sport, which is really weird. And I've never had
you've just immersed your whole life with baseball.
Yeah, I've never had like a huge passion to any other sport. But I guess if it was
there's
different.
There's some basketball coaches that see you at 6'4" walk in the door, and they're like, I think of a sport he could probably.
And then they like get me on the court, and they're like, wow, this guy can't move too well. Yeah, okay, stick to baseball.
So this is my favorite question, and you're going to have 2 years here at Arkansas Tech. So when your time here is done, your athletic career is over here, what do you want the people of Arkansas Tech, how do you want them to remember you?
That I just gave it my all. I think that's important, no matter if you're playing a sport, doing a homework assignment, unfortunately. Just got to give it your all, because that shows effort. To the professor, to the fans, to your coaches, to whoever, to your teammates, to your classmates, whatever. I just think giving it your all is a good life lesson, a good thing to do.
You know, Vaughn, I'm super impressed with you. And if you just keep that mentality, the things that you've said today, I have no doubt you're going to do really well in life.
I hope so. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being here. It's been another great episode. I love these stories. Behind the Green and Gold. You can catch us on all your streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you so much to Leanne's Fine Jewelry. Please like, share, subscribe, send all this out. We want people to hear these stories of these athletes behind the green and gold.